In today's day and age, there are people who are sports fans. They watch sports, whether it is live and in person or on the couch in their living room. Some people read and write about sports as a hobby or as a job. Then there are hockey fans, a truly different kind of sports fan. Hockey is a unique sport in the sense that you need each and every guy helping each other and pulling in the same direction to be successful. The best athletes, the most successful athletes, are those who mentally block out the pain, the fatigue, the doubt, and despair. Super athletes focus on pushing beyond their limits, drawing energy from untapped reserves, hope, success, and reaching the finish line. When you execute the little things to perfection, then the score and the victory will take care of themselves. The victory will happen. It will happen because each one of the hockey players have done their part. Your collective efforts will come together as a victory. This is Long Beach, Long Island. And this is the Long Beach Ice Arena, home to the New York AppleCore junior hockey team. And this is 24/7 RollCore. Since 1993-1994, over 285 players have moved on to top colleges at the Division I and Division III levels to further their hockey careers. The rich history of the AppleCore is loaded with great experiences and great players, some of which are in the NHL today. Great players have graced AppleCore junior hockey since its inception in 1993. Included in their accomplishments are 2 National Junior B Championships in 1996 and 2010, a Triple Crown Championship in the Eastern Junior Hockey League in 2003, and playoffs in all but 1 year since 1994. The teams have won approximately 60 tournaments over the years. The AppleCore has serviced the local player pool for years and has been proactive in developing new ideas for player development. The AppleCore Met, which plays in the Metropolitan Junior Hockey League, has molded so many players for the EHL. What does it take to run the New York AppleCore organization?
Well, I've been doing it for 25 years with the Santinis, and I've gotten a lot of guys into college. What it takes, it's a lot of hard work trying to help these kids keep everything going. It's very hectic. You got a team here in Long Beach, the Met team, and the EHL team's up in Brewster, so it's 70 miles away, so it's a lot of running around. But you know, you see kids 10 years after they graduate our program, and they got a little son or daughter now, and you know, they remember the good things from here, and they're working, and it's nice to see that.
What makes it so special working for the New York AppleCore and being with this organization? Because there's so many people that speak highly of this organization, and you guys have produced, you know, NHL players out of this organization. So what makes it so special?
Well, it was always a community-based organization where we stress taking the local players. Now you have to bring in guys from other areas in order to compete with all the other teams. But when we had all our teams here at Long Beach, you'd have kids starting at mites like Anthony Potato working his way up. And Anthony actually played on, he had a little stint with Nashville a few weeks ago. He actually played on every team up the ladder, all the youth teams and all our junior program teams, before moving on to college. And it's, you know, you start with a kid, he's 5, 6, 7 years old, and then he winds up being on your junior A team, and it's nice to see that. That was the special bond we had here with a lot of our local kids that were good.
What's the message that you as the AppleCore organization look to give to these players that come through this team and moving forward?
Well, we want these kids to be mature when they leave here so that they can step in wherever they're going to the next programs, college or work or whatever. But we want to make sure that they enjoyed the process, learned the game, and grew up as people, because you see what happens when guys are searching for who they are when they get to 20, 21 years old. We try and give these kids a foundation so that they can be something when they grow up. Most of our kids go to college, almost all of them, and most of them graduate and become success stories either at Wall Street or they go to West Point and they're in the service, so they've been very successful.
While still in the thick of the season, and the season coming down to the home stretch for the core, some of the players are reflecting on what their season has been like. For a player like John Stevenson of Manhasset, New York, who has been a leader and a hard worker, it's been nothing short of sweet.
We're here with John Stevenson. John, how's the season been going so far for you, and what do you expect down the road with playoffs coming up the rest of the road?
It's been pretty good for me and the team. I think we've been doing a good job having depth this year and being able to roll all 4 lines and stuff.
As a leader, do you say anything before games or during games on the bench to get the guys going in tough times or close games?
I think we have a few people on the bench who try and keep the guys going, and I say something every now and then, but I don't think it really needs to be said with this group.
Cool. And last but not least, who has the best hair in the locker room?
Are you seriously asking me that?
Yep.
You're looking at it.
There it is. Johnny Stevenson, thanks. Okay, here with Sel Bernarby. So what's your first year with AppleCore like, and tell us how you like it.
It's been good so far. Number 2 in the division, I think, as of now. Really pumping as this year goes on.
Any expectation coming down the stretch here with a month to go?
To win playoffs, go get to nationals, succeed there.
All right, and how about what makes playing for AppleCore so special?
They have a great tradition. They have a great tradition of winning. They send players to good places, and it's just a good brotherhood.
Cool. And last thing, how's running the point on the power play for AppleCore?
I mean, I get all the FaceTime, so how can you not like it? But no, it's good feeding it to Hurley and Bush on the points so they can get their clappers, because my shot's about like 2 miles an hour.
All right, well, so thanks. Appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the year.
No problem.
Another new face in the AppleCore locker room, and one of the key players in the AppleCore success this season, is goalie Patrick Cavanaugh.
Okay, here with goaltender Pat Cavanaugh. Pat, how's your first year with AppleCore been, and what are your expectations for the rest of the year with a month left?
It's been great, hanging out with the boys, going on long roadies. It's been fun. All a bunch of characters in the locker room. Everyone's, getting along well with each other. Expectations for playoffs? I would say to win the Keegan Cup without a doubt and make the Nationals at least. Hopefully get pretty far in Nationals.
Do you guys have anybody in mind you'd like to see in the playoffs or like to avoid coming down the stretch?
Team that I'd like to play is the Junior Rangers. They're a pretty good team, good organization.
Best singer in the locker room for AppleCore?
Best singer in the locker room has to go to Dylan Reedon.
Why is that?
Oh, he's a clown.
He's a clown?
He's a clown.
All right, that's Pat Cavanaugh, the goaltender for AppleCore. Thanks.
So I'm here with 2 Long Beach kids, Will Guido, Dylan Raiden. Will, how's the year been so far for AppleCore? What do you expect down the stretch?
We're doing really well. We're up there already in the playoff, in the standings. Hoping still got a few games in hand, so we still have a chance to come in the 1 or 2 seed.
Dylan, how do you expect the season to play out here, and do you expect to play any top seeds early on in the year, or would you like to play someone lower in the standings?
Well, moving forward, we expect to win it all. We expect to come in fifth with a little stumble at the beginning of the year, caught us up. So we finished fifth, and we'll probably play Vermont and 2 other teams in the playoffs. So we should be able to take the playoffs back to Long Beach and finish it here.
All right, on the lighter side of things, who has the best hair in the locker room for AppleCore?
Oh,
Will?
Definitely Kavanaugh. He's got some great flow going.
Dylan?
Best hair. Can't give it to himself. Can I give it to myself? No?
We could.
I'm not going to give it to myself. I'll spare you guys. But I'll give it to John Stevenson.
Johnny Stevenson.
Yeah.
All right, last question.
The regular season wraps up at the end of February, and the team knows it can't leave any points on the table as they close in on the top of their division in the Met League. They are preparing to finish the majority of their remaining games on the road. One of the stops? Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's just before 7 a.m., and the team bus meets in New Hyde Park behind the Iceland rink. The 3-hour trip will be the first game of back-to-back games for the AppleCore, who will leave right after today's game and have a home game the very next morning. An early bus ride, for the most part, of a 3-hour journey consists of the players catching up on some sleep, including the coaching staff. It becomes all business, and the head coach, John Sandos, who has been the head coach for nearly 4 years and grew up within the AppleCore organization, talks about these road trips.
So bus trips like this for your team, what does that do as bringing a team together?
I think the bus rides definitely add to the chemistry of the team. The guys have a good time together. They like to hang out and have some fun on the bus. They have a great time when we sit down and eat team meals. It takes away from some of the everyday distractions that they have during home games. It provides other potential distractions because they're still young kids, but all good distractions, and the fact that the team is always together on the road.
Now, having these bus trips throughout the season, is it something that in a junior hockey league for these kids at this age, is it like what's the experience for them? Like, what are they gaining more than just playing a hockey game?
I think they're gaining the camaraderie of being with their teammates, being totally focused on the hockey game at hand. I think it really brings the team together, and I think it's a great experience for hopefully what most of them face if they move on to play college hockey.
Is there any pranks that happen on the bus rides, or is it usually a pretty behaved crew? I mean, but then again, a 7 o'clock in the morning bus trip is pretty quiet.
So this morning the bus is pretty quiet. I don't want to jinx that right now because I like when it's quiet. But they definitely do get a little rowdy. There are definitely some pretty good pranks that are pulled on each other, on the GM when he comes, on our good friend the bus driver here. He gets his own every now and then. He's a part of the team just as much as everybody else. We have a lot of fun on these trips, especially when we're winning.
So you're saying your GM is not here with you on the bus this morning. Where is he this morning?
Our GM pulled a fast stunt like he usually does. He totally flip-flopped and told everybody he was coming for the past few weeks. And then, this morning, as I mentioned, he pulled a classic Henry flip-flop where he just changed his mind like that and sent an email saying he wasn't coming, which was disappointing to the guys. I think they'll get over it, but they love having him around because they like messing with him a lot.
When coming down the home stretch in your season, so obviously, I wouldn't say a long road trip like this, but a decently couple of hour road trip like this, does that affect the way you guys think, and does that affect being prepared here as we get down to the home stretch of the season and getting close to the end of the season?
We speak a lot during the week in practice and during our team meetings about treating each game the same and approaching it the same way. Obviously, you're concerned anytime you have to take a few hours of a trip. As far as our legs go, our energy level goes to start the game. But I think our guys are mature enough to approach each game the same way down the stretch here. Every single point is valuable in the race for the division lead and for playoff spots.
John then addresses his team before the bus pulls up to the rink.
Hey, sit down. Listen up. Will. Okay. By the time we get to the rink, we're only going to have about 45 minutes before we're on the ice. So make sure you get your stuff together now. So as soon as we get there, you can get off the bus, get your stuff in the locker room, tape your stick, do what you need to do. You still have to warm up and then get dressed to go on the ice. We're on the ice at 12 o'clock. We'll probably be there at about 10 after 11 by the time you get in at quarter after 11. It's a long bus ride. Make sure you get a good stretch in, get the blood flowing. Like we said last week and during the week, we can't leave any points on the table anymore. Right? We took care of that last Sunday. We need to pick up every single point we can moving forward. So when we get off this bus, we're all business. We're not sitting around. We're not walking around. We're getting ourselves prepared and ready for the game. Patino and I'll fill in the lineup. We'll put in the room. But boys, when we get there, get yourselves together. Warm up as quickly as possible. We're on the ice at 12 o'clock. Questions?
There is a vast difference of being prepared on the road, and getting game day preparations for the team on the road is a lot harder than at home. Assistant coach John Petito, who is in his second year as John Sandos' right-hand man, also serves as the equipment manager. For one of his players, the little detail of cutting a stick with minimal resources away from home is nothing short of a tall task. Some of the rinks you travel to, they vary in size. This afternoon, a small rink and frigid temperatures will keep the AppleCore inside a confined space to stretch and warm up. The AppleCore are ready to go. One of the many keys for this AppleCore is their starts for much of the season has been slow. So John Sandos knows that's one of the messages in his pregame talk.
All right, listen up. A few things here. Okay? First of all, specific about this rink and about this team. As you all see, there's a very, very, very small neutral zone. So, in order to adjust our game, forwards, come back much lower in the D zone so we can wind up and generate speed through the neutral zone. Defensemen, make one regroup pass, go across. Forwards, come all the way back to support, and let's wind up and build speed. You're not going to be able to do it within the neutral zone. It's too small. It's not going to happen. Come all the way back to the D, get the puck, and get your feet going up the ice. In the offensive and defensive zones, there's a ton of room between the top of the circle and the blue line. It's similar to a pro-style rink. So, in the offensive zone, forwards, get the puck down low, work down low. The D-men will probably be open because there's a lot of room. So, defensemen, if you're open, call for the puck, walk to the middle, 2 or 3 hard strides, get shots through. We're not getting shots blocked today. Okay, no shots blocked today. If you don't have anything, put it back down the wall. Same thing in the D zone, wingers. Make sure you're aware of that extra room between the top of the circle and the blue line. Don't lose coverages because there's a little bit of extra space. Be in the same spot, be in a position to help down low if we get beat off the wall, but at the same time, be in a position to take your guy up top if we have to extend out to the point. In the first meeting against these guys, our forecheck was relentless. I don't know if you remember way back in November, but we talked about this team that was going to come in and be aggressive, be in our face, and what did we do? We got the puck behind their D, and we worked their D for 60 minutes. We had the puck the entire game. I fully expect for that to happen again today. Get pucks in, go to work on their defensemen. Our forecheck needs to be relentless in this game. Get in there hard. F1, force the guy up the wall. F2, do not hesitate. Jump the winger right away. Don't wait. As soon as you read flow, you go. F3, you're high between the D to take the center swinging. If we do that, if we maintain that structure, we'll turn pucks over all night long in their offensive zone. Make this goaltender move his feet. He seems to be pretty decent up high. Make him move his feet. Go back door. Shoot the puck low off the far pad. Make him move his feet. Their top guys are 28, 19, 22, 27. We'll remind you on the bench, be aware, 28-19 are the big ones. Okay, 28-19 are the big ones. We'll remind you on the bench. Boys, we talked about it after last week's loss. We cannot leave any more points on the table. I don't care about the rink. I don't care about the bus trip. We don't care about anything. Come out, relentless forecheck, move the puck, use your speed. Let's go earn these 2 points. Come on now, Red. Let's go.
With the game underway, the AppleCore have a surprisingly good start, something they've been trying to build on for a little while now down the stretch. For much of the first period, both teams battle for chances, and both come up empty, until the period's closing minute, and the AppleCore's smallest yet versatile player, Selber Narby, gets his team on the board. The first period ends with the good guys up 1-0. And has the coach feeling good, but still wants to stress of being that relentless forechecking team they know they are.
Okay, listen up. Hey, listen up, please. Okay. Good road period to start the game. Good job. I think you guys all can see that if we're relentless on the forecheck, if we jump on their D and play down low, we can have the puck the entire game. We can have the puck the entire game if we do that. But we have to commit to that. Foligno's line, great job on the forecheck. Great job. We get F1 going in hard. F2 goes to the wing. Foligno was that third guy high the whole time, just rotating back and forth. Okay? Guys, keep forechecking hard. Be relentless. Defensemen, don't back off too far because there's a lot of space between the blue line and the top of the circle. Right? We find ourselves in a weird spot sometimes. Make sure you're aware of your gaps and you make plays in the neutral zone. Which isn't really neutral zone.
That's good for the neutral circle, coach.
That's good for the camera. Keep it going.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Stay up in the neutral zone, right? Stay up, keep your gaps close, and make plays on their forwards. Boys, let's get shots to the net. Again, make him move his feet. Stop shooting the puck high. Our best chances have been down low. Our goal was down low. Stop shooting the puck high. Make him move his feet. Go back door. Go off the far pad. Will Guider, you're going to get one this period.
Yeah!
Yeah.
The second period start isn't a good one for the AppleCore, as they take an early penalty, something of which the coach stresses each and every game. And sure enough, the Panthers are able to capitalize on their power play chance and tie the game at 1. Just about 10 minutes after giving up the power play goal, the AppleCore found themselves in more penalty trouble. 2 penalties, including a 5-minute major that saw one of the team's top defensemen, Sam Seufer, ejected from the game, are now having themselves kill a 5-on-3 opportunity for the Panthers. The AppleCore, however, are able to escape danger and kill off both penalties. Head coach John Sandos, when talking hockey one day before a game, talked about getting an extra boost after killing a penalty, let alone a 5-on-3. And sure enough, the AppleCore were able to respond as Will Guido, a Long Beach kid who's had his number of chances in the games before, and in this one, was able to put the Core up 2-1 midway through the second period. Going up 2-1 didn't last too long for the AppleCore, as another penalty taken was then again capitalized by the Panthers, as they tied the game once more, this time at 2 goals apiece. With much of the period tied, late in the second, the AppleCore again become a team that seems to have a magnetic force in the penalty box and give the Panthers a chance to go ahead. But instead, it's Daniel Edmonds of the AppleCore and his teammate Selburn Narby who takes an opportunity given by the Panthers goalie after misplaying the puck and an open net in front for a shorthanded goal, and more importantly, a 3-2 AppleCore lead. In the second intermission, the mood is good amongst the team, up 3-2. But head coach John Sandos wants to reassure his team they need to stay out of the penalty box.
First things first. I don't even need to say it. You all know. Stay out of the penalty box. It's ridiculous already. Stay out of the penalty box. 5-on-5, we smoke this team. We keep taking penalties. We sit in the box. We play 4-on-4. We have to kill a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes. For nothing. For no reason. We're grabbing guys' face masks. We're hitting guys from behind. We're cross-checking guys in the face. For what? Because we're a bunch of fucking tough guys? Stay out of the penalty box. Continue 5-on-5 to forecheck relentlessly. F3, you're doing a great job high in the zone. The puck is ending up on your stick every single shift. Just stay there. Keep attacking down low. As you can see, when you get the goalie to move his feet, he has no idea what he's doing. He is all over the place. Boys, continue to attack. Move the puck up the ice and attack. Be sure in the D zone that pucks are getting out. No turnovers in the gray areas at the blue lines. Make sure we transition the puck through the neutral zone. Most of all, stay out of the penalty box. Third forward high. Let's finish the job, get 2 points to get out of here.
The third period started just as the first period. There were chances, but the scoring remained the same. Nearly 7 minutes in, it was the AppleCore who went on the man advantage and an opportunity to pull the game away. John Stevenson, one of the heart and souls of the AppleCore, was able to do exactly that. A power play goal and a 4-2 AppleCore lead. Not all leads are safe, and the AppleCore seemed to have settled back a bit, and it became clear the Panthers weren't done. With just over 2 minutes to go, the Panthers then pulled within 1 goal. A valiant effort for the Panthers is shut down, as the AppleCore were able to hold on, and more importantly, get 2 points they came for. 2 points and a happy locker room. And for Will Guido, who was struggling to find the net, was able to grab a goal and also get the team hat. A win and 2 points not only makes the coaches happy, but the bus ride home a happy one, especially for bus driver Gary Cheesy Bread Jones.
And why do they call you Cheesy Bread?
I was on the phone ordering my son some Domino pizza and whatever. He said he wanted some cheesy bread, so that popped up. Coach overheard it. And from that time on, the name been just that.
It is time for the team to head back to New York, where a matchup the very next morning with the rival Long Island Royals awaits, and another 2 big points at stake are waiting. For the coaches and players of the AppleCore, it isn't just putting the jersey on their back. It's a rich history that each player, when they walk through the door, take great pride in wearing the AppleCore uniform. In the AppleCore locker room sits a white board on the wall. It states, "Be hungry, humble, and always be the hardest worker in the room." Blood, sweat, and respect. The first two you give, the last one you earn. And teamwork makes the dream work. And the one word that sits along the bottom of that board is something you truly become when stepping on and off the ice wearing a New York AppleCore jersey. And that is family. For the New York AppleCore, the stretch run is just beginning. With the season nearly over and positions and points still at play, they know there is still a battle. But one thing is for certain. With the group that is led by John Sandos and John Petito, there is a hunger for success, and they are ready for the roll call. And as the team bus heads back to New York, we leave you with head coach John Sandos and what it means to be part of the New York AppleCore.
Well, you said it right there at the end. Tradition is huge for us. The expectations are set high from these guys, right from tryouts through training camp and through the regular season into the playoffs. Our older guys know what the team's all about. They know what the organization stands for. There's a very rich history of guys that have gone on to play college hockey, guys that have gone on to play professional hockey. And the bar is set pretty high, and our leaders really carry that through each and every day. It's a very special place to play. There's a lot of history, and these guys really carry that forward very well.
As a coach, and you coaching these kids, what would be your lasting message for these kids when they move forward from the New York AppleCore?
I think the biggest thing we try to get through to them is that when you get to this level, pretty much everybody's a good hockey player. The biggest thing is focusing in on the details, making sure your off-ice preparation is top-notch, making sure you're getting in the gym, making sure you're doing your schoolwork, you're preparing all week for the games. To make a really top-level college hockey player, it takes all of those little things to be key in order to be successful.